My name is Danny Reyes, and today I'll be presenting on minimum wage. Okay, to begin with, the article we had was called From California to New York, States Are Rising Minimum Wages in 2019 for 17 Million Workers. All right, this article is an article that described us minimum wage in different states across America. It gives us a short interview for women whose life will be impacted by minimum wage by just doubling it. She tells us how it'll make her life easier and that she'll have some money, some extra money, and she won't be so stressed to pay her bills. It also provides statistics about minimum wage in different states. All right, so my opinion. As a working teenager, I 100% agree with raising minimum wage due to the fact that 725 isn't something that you can make a living off. I don't make 725 anymore. I make $8 an hour now, but there's not much of a difference. It's only 75 cents. So minimum wage, you pretty much can't do much with it. And due to the fact that this affects me, I really do believe that we need to hire that, especially because if I think about other people, like adults who have bills to pay, there is no way they're going to be satisfied or have money to pay bills off of 725. Like I said before, as an adult, $725 an hour, that won't get you anything. Like you'll probably be behind on your bills, and especially if you have kids or stuff like that, it'll be really hard for you to pay your bills. 725 is way too low, and if I sit here and think about bigger cities like New York, it'd be really hard for you to live off of minimum wage because you're just not making enough money. All right, controlling minimum wage. I do believe that we should hire minimum wage, but we should hire it to a reasonable amount so that it won't get out of hand. I want people to be able to survive, but not for them to live a luxurious lifestyle. Because if you really want like a Lamborghini, then you should work hard for that and not depend on minimum wage to get something like that. So I believe we should raise it every 20 years, not too high to where the point where teenagers are like, hey, I'm making $25 an hour. Why even go to college? Because $25 an hour for me, as a teenager, then I'd be like, yeah, why even go to college? I'm making enough money as a cashier, which that wouldn't be good for our economy either. So we don't want to raise it that high. And speaking of the economy, we don't want to raise it too much where inflation would be terrible. So we should raise minimum wage to a reasonable price, like in Oregon. Minimum wage in Portland will be $14.75, but in rural areas it will be $12.50. Now that makes a lot of sense because in bigger cities you do have a lot of more expenses than in rural areas, and when making minimum wage a reasonable, then inflation will not be as effective as it would be as if we just put it the same all over the place, because then it would just mess up the economy. Having different minimum wage in different areas is something every state should do for the economy, and minimum wage in different states should be based off its expenses. Like in New York, they're making 15 an hour. Here it's 725. I do believe it should be less here because there are less expensive, but 725 still isn't enough. So we do need to raise it to a reasonable amount, but not too high. And that's all. Thank you.